Hello everybody. This morning we're going to be printmaking with foam printing squares. We're going to draw a design in our square and then we are going to use markers and paper. We're going to print them. So one of the things I like to do on my squares is I like to mark approximately the halfway point between one side and the other. If you want to use a ruler, you could do that as well. Be careful when you're marking that you don't press down into the foam, because anything that is pressed into the foam will print, as you will see a little later. I'm going to make some quarter marks as well. You don't have to do this. If you want to kind of freestyle it and see what happens when they are printed, then that is okay too. I like a little more order in my printing. So now I can even take this permanent marker and I can use it to kind of line up my designs gently. I don't want to press down because I might change my mind. But if I do this lightly, then I can see where my design is going to go before I get started. And I can make corrections. Okay, so if that's my basic design, now I'm going to take my pencil, not too sharp, and I'm going to start pressing in incising my designs. The places that I push down will not print. They will remain white on my paper. Take your time. Don't press down too aggressively. If you press down too hard with your pencil, it will cut through the foam all the way to the back and your printing plate will fall apart. Once I have my basic design, I can add areas of pattern or texture. So for instance, I could come over here and add some lines. Those create stripes when I print. I can also take something such as this marker cap, and I can use it to press a design into the foam. I can take my pencil and push some lines into the foam. Well, that was great. Good thing I was finished. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside. I have a piece of paper. My square was 2 inches by 2 inches. My piece of paper is 8 inches by 8 inches. In order to make the printing a little easier for me, I'm going to fold the paper . turn it. Do the same thing on the other side in the other direction. Try to keep your folds neat. Okay, you're trying to make squares, and if you are not taking the time to make your folds neatly, you will not have squares, and your pattern will not line up. Once you have your grid, okay, then it will be time to pick out your colors. Try not to get too many colors. Try to choose maybe, say, I don't know, 4 colors maximum. So I'm going to do an analogous color scheme. Red, orange, yellow, and pink. And I am going to, sometimes it's easy, don't put your foam on your paper, because when the marker runs off the edge, which it will inevitably do, it will mess up your paper. So using your marker, usually it's easier on the side, right? You're going to just color in those areas. Trying to get a nice even layer. I know it kind of puddles up, but do what you can. Once you get your surface all covered with your color, you can start in a corner or you can start in the middle. Figure out which side corner you would like to put in there. Line it up carefully, and then hold it down with your finger. Use your other finger to gently rub on the back, transferring that marker ink onto the paper. Always make sure you're holding that square down with some of your fingers as you are rubbing the back of it, or else it can slide around. It wants to slide around anyway. All right. As you can see, my analogous color scheme and my first printing is not as strong. I have an example of another square that I did. I used some colors that were slightly darker. I kind of went with the something dark, something light, something dull, and something bright. So this is an example of how my tile looks when I'm almost finished. So as you can see, okay, my little green plant-shaped part right in the middle. And then turned it, rotating all the way around. All right, and that's what we're going to be working on today.